Hello Facebook ads people, I'm Konstantinos. Some weeks or months ago I did this video, and today we're going to talk about actual numbers because yesterday this is what happened with the platform, and now we have data to back up whatever we say. So yesterday we had a disaster on Facebook which was global and worldwide. What happened? By the 10 a.m. EST or 11 a.m. or 12, doesn't matter, Facebook has actually spent let's say 90% of the whole budget on the ad accounts, and this caused major issues like crazy CPMs, crazy cost per click, crazy low ROAS and all of that. But why we could see that this has happened? So if you haven't seen the previous video where I'm explaining why your ROAS are dropping when you are increasing your spend, then you should go and watch it. And now we have all of this data from this previous day, and I'm going to show you so that we can analyze a little bit why this has happened. Basically, it is very simple. We have Facebook that was spending a certain amount of money for the whole day. So we can say that, for example, let's say if it's spending 1 trillion in just one day, if all of this budget is being concentrated during the first 10 hours of the day, then as you can understand, the competition is going to be very high. Everybody is going to have very expensive traffic because you're competing with much more money. So when you're fueling Facebook with a lot of money and a lot of people are advertising, then what is happening? Things are becoming super expensive because Facebook has to serve everywhere. Now, how can we use that as a knowledge for us to understand what can we do with it? Well, this is what we are saying when we are explaining that Facebook is actually an economy, that when a lot of people advertise, then the results are not good for everyone. But when we have less people advertising, then what we could see is that the results are better. So it's always going to be something like this. People are going to try to enter to Facebook, try to advertise. If it's too expensive for them, they're going to stop. Some others that they're going to advertise, and then after some point it's going to be expensive, they're going to stop. But at the end of the day, we're always going to have a balance, because the more people are advertising, the more we see bad results, but the ones that are not getting what they want, they're going to stop. So we're going to have again a balance in a point that it makes sense for the majority that is going to keep advertising. Of course, these kind of situations are helping us a lot in order to understand what is happening, why it's happening, and analyze a little bit the numbers. I always tend to remember this video that I made about spending 1 million on shop Facebook ads, which helped me realize that the potential reaches that we actually see on Facebook, they're not true, and I would be spending $1 million in an audience of 140 million people. I don't remember now the exact numbers, but I could see that I was not even going to reach this number, or not even the 50% of this number or whatever. So when these things are happening, they help us to understand more and more what is happening on the platform. And of course, we have a speculation that we say, okay, a lot of competition, it means that we're going to have lesser results because of that, because the competition is spending also and we're competing with each other. But this time it has happened. We have seen what is happening when people are spending more money on the platform without any plan, because Facebook made a mistake, and when everybody is competing with each other with very big numbers. And now we can actually see it. Of course, let's go on my PC to show you, but it's not going to be exactly the same like the way that I have experienced it. Like, for example, watching the CPMs going to 70, 80, 90 in a matter of hours, and now being to 30 or 40. But I could tell you that in the morning it was like this. People later closed their ads, so during the 24 hours, we could see that it stabilized a little bit into smaller numbers as a CPM. But I have experienced it, I have seen it, and now I'm sure that what we're saying is not just an excuse so that people can say, okay, we have competition, this we have low results, or Facebook ads are more expensive, this is why we have this kind of results. It is the truth, okay? And this is helping a lot of people to understand that it's not just their advertiser or their agency or whoever that is doing the mistakes, but it's also maybe because they're asking too much for the money that they want to spend or the offer that they have right now on Facebook based on the competition. So let me show you on my PC some things on Twitter and stuff of what happened so that you can understand. and then we can go and see one or two different ad accounts just so that you can see the differences between the CPMs next day. So first of all, we have this email, Twitter here, tweet that says ad delivery is packed across our whole portfolio, and CPMs are up 200 to 500 vs yesterday. So everybody immediately, they could see that it was having all the spend during the morning hours, so the CPM skyrocketed because more people were advertising at the same time with more spend, which means that it was becoming more expensive. And if you could see here, this is the metastatus.com, where you can see that now it says resolved, and it was the ad delivery that it was being impacted. It says we're aware of an issue that may be impacting ad delivery across all services, and of course it was the reason why we could see that all of the spend was going through these hours. Another thing is that if you go here on Reddit, we can see that says my ads have already spent 1K by 3:45 a.m. when I'm typically around 200, 300. I think it's over exaggerating. I haven't seen this kind of things. My CPM also went from 14 to 90. This is something that I have seen. There's another guy here saying, yes, I've spent 91% of my budget. This is something more typical to me, and not instead of spending 300, 400, spend 1K in just 4 hours. Around 3K spent with massive loss or manual bids, ad spend without results. They didn't consider the caps and they didn't consider the rules. So another thing that we have seen is that, and let's go here on Triple Whale to analyze it a bit more, is that whoever was using rules or cost caps or bid caps and stuff, they didn't influence at all the spend. And we can see that it says, and this is for me the most important thing, by 10 a.m. EST on 2,500, 2,300 shops from Triple Whale, the spend normally on Sundays on the last period, it was 1.5 million. Now they reported that it was 3.7 million up to 10 a.m. So basically the double. So imagine when you are having X amount of results, when the spend is double, more people are going to advertise on that period, and that means that more the sales are going to be scattered across them, and you're going to spend more for a sale. This is what happened, but this is what we are learning. We have seen by first hand that when you spend a lot of money, and a lot of people are spending a lot of money, advertisers at the same time, nobody is getting good results. And this is why we could see that Facebook goes through phases of having very good results, then very bad results, very good results, very bad results. Because when it has good results, everybody says, oh, Konstantinos is having good results, Mark is having good results, Soteria is having good results, everybody's having good results, so I'm going to also go and advertise. And when you go and advertise, more and more come, because it's like the hype, okay? It's like the stock market. You have the hype, everybody's advertising, then they are getting bad results. The results are dropping because more people are advertising, and then some people stop, and then we have a balance again. So it's happening all the time, and here we have seen it by first hand that this theory is correct. Of course it is correct. I knew before that it was correct, but it's very good to see it also with data, because basically what happened is that the budget for these specific hours actually doubled. And this didn't make the CPMs to double, it made them triple or quadruple, because we could see that there were actually CPMs of 10 or 20 that went to 60, 80, 90. And we could see clicks that they were from 3 or 2 to 17. So this means that all of the spend was going to the same advertisers, but with everybody was pushing so hard, okay, to get results. And we can see here that they say also about fail safes, but let me tell you that none of this has actually worked during this time, and not even accounts with automated rules actually worked. So let's go and let me show you two ad accounts in order to understand how it was impacted, and we'll take it from there. So what I want to clarify here, I'm going to show you two big accounts. They have big spends. But they are digital products, so you're not going to see any crazy ROAS and stuff. Now, the situation here on these accounts is that I want you to see that the CPMs, for example, you will see that they are going to be double But you need to understand also that when I was watching the results in the morning, it was triple or quadruple, and they became double at the end of the day when people started closing their ads, or because I wasn't spending anymore and I managed the situation. So let's see, for example, on this account, we can see that yesterday we have a spend of 45k almost, and we can see that the ROAS is 0.68. CPM is on 30. Today, we can see that the CPM is on 13. Of course, it's starting spending now 1.03 ROAS. If we watch before that, if we go, for example, on Friday, let's say, on Friday 0.98, of course we have late attribution and stuff here. I know the results on Friday were on 1.3 in reality. The CPM is on the 15. We can see that it's actually half of it. So a lot of people can say that it actually affected CPMs in a way that it was half. It wasn't half at the middle of the day, it became half later. Now, if we go here, for example, it's 62 as a cost per action, and if we go on Sunday, it's 93. So not only the CPMs have been higher, but also the cost per purchase. Let's watch another account. If we see this ad account, for example, we can see that today the CPM over here is with just 4.5k so far spent. The CPM is on £12. Yesterday, with 30k spent, it was on £32. And of course, you can see the cost per purchase here are crazy. This company, it's actually operating with a cost per purchase of 150, 200. Today it's too early, but it's already on 186, 200. So we're going to be fine of the day. Again, it's a digital product and so on. So what I want you to understand is that this has impacted a lot. And this is actually proving the theory that the more that people they advertise, the more we're going to see very bad results, and then they're going to stop and we're going to see better results and stuff. And this is proving why Facebook is having circles of good and bad months, because just people talk that how good their ads are doing, then people are coming because they are seeing that. And it's not about the businesses that they are stable and that advertise for a long period, but it's about the businesses that they are doing this one time, then stop, then one time, then stop, and they don't have consistent sales and they just want to come as an opportunity, and then they leave when they don't see good results. These are the people, it's like every elections, okay? You might have the people that are going to vote for this, the people for this, and the indecisive people that they don't know what to vote are the ones that they are forming the final results. This is what is happening also in Facebook. You have the people that are going to advertise no matter what and they want to fix it. You have the people that they are against it, that they are not going to be on the platform, and you have the people that they come and go and they are actually forming the balance every time if the results are going to be good or bad. And now with the situation that we had with Facebook, with what happened on the 23rd of April, we know that when a lot of people are advertising, we're having bad results because of the competition, and it's not just a theory or an excuse. Now we have the data to support that. I could show you other accounts. Maybe let's see this account, for example. Let's go here, for example. Let's see yesterday. Yesterday the CPM, it was 30. If we go today, the CPM is 10. Here the difference is much bigger. If we go on this account on Friday, we have 10.9 ROAS, just so that I can show you also some decent ROAS, because there are other accounts that are working with 1 ROAS. There are accounts that are working with 4 ROAS, that it's this one. So here we're having 16 cost of impression with 10.9 and ROAS, and then immediately it skyrockets. Let's see what happened on Saturday. 4.39, 16 again. So it's stable all the days on 16. 16 on Wednesday, 17, okay, a little bit higher, 16. So, and then you go on Sunday and you see immediately 30. So something was wrong on this period, and this is what happened. And of course it has spent more, because we can see that here it spent 5k. On Saturday it spent 4.3k, and not only that it spent a lot during the day, but it spent also a lot during the morning hours. Another thing that I forgot to say is that it has also spent, let's say, 125% of the budget, not 100% of the budget. So we had also much more spent during the whole day and not only during the morning hours. I hope that this is going to explain it more for you on how the CPMs have been impacted based on the bigger spend and everything, and that it's going to prove more the theory that competition is what is dictating your results on Facebook, and that you need to be more competitive with better creatives, better landing page, better offer, better average order value. Always keep working on that, because we cannot fix that. If a lot of people advertise because they found a way of being profitable, the only thing that you can do in order to fix it is not the strategies within Facebook, but it's always the things that you should do into your business in order to be able to improve and be also able to advertise. And I hope that you're going to be one of the people that are going to be there advertising no matter what, because they have numbers that make sense, and sometimes they're winning more or less, instead of being the person that you need to advertise only on good periods on Facebook, because on the other periods you're going to lose money. So that's all I had for you. I hope that it helped you understand more about the competition on Facebook. I hope that it's going to teach you a lesson. This doesn't mean that you should be afraid of Facebook. You should try things, but also understand your limits. For example, if you're spending 3k and then your ROAS is dropping when you want to scale, well, understand the situation and see what you can do. Improve your offer, find another product, make more creatives and so on, in order for you to overcome it. Don't forget that if you want to learn more, you can check my book, my free course, my paid course, or my website. And until we meet again, guys, be creative and be consistent.